Because I'm the favorite. Oh, because I'm the favorite daughter-in-law. I'm the youngest daughter-in-law. Too bad Margie wasn't here to hear that. Anyway, I suppose you got a necklace too. No, I didn't. That damn Sally, I don't think much of her. Cal's missing a toast. Yeah, are you coming to help? We need one of the kids' bubblies. Yeah, grab his glass. He's gonna help me. He probably wants to over here. You think you have a little pocket? No, there's some kid's cider. Who did it, Brian?
It's up on top of it.
Oh. He's got, yeah. Hannah probably wants some too.
Do you want some too? Go by Cal.
Yeah. Hannah was on too. Hey, bartenders,
Sorry.
you're getting fired? Yeah. Get some money back from the fee. You don't want some?
That just go.
Okay. Get a big Okay.
Hannah, sit here.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. They say a man, you can measure a man by his accomplishments. Oh, we can start over and you can do your little thing. Margie's here. Come on in. Why do you guys come in the front door late? That is rude. Have a seat. We're toasting. Hurry up. Hurry up. You sit quick. Wait. Maddie can start over. So Margie is asking.
What's the thing about?
You might go by Cal.
Hannah, you want to sit on my lap? Okay.
Here you go. It's non-alcoholic. So we can talk.
You think?
Oh, I don't mean to be nice. It says it is. So you can drink it.
Now, Rick, we think they can have all this champagne.
Is it on right now?
Okay, you gotta start over. Okay, now Marty, you missed the part about why I was.
You want to push the button?
I tried to tell her that I was a favorite, but Lois said no. And then I realized that I just was the youngest sister-in-law, or daughter-in-law. And I was wishing you were here to hear that, but anyway. They say you can measure a man by his accomplishment. Well, I think if you take a look around this room, real deep, you'll see that there's a little bit of you in every one of these people. You were a major part of bringing most of these lives into this world, and you definitely have touched all of our lives. This is a great group of people, so I say you've accomplished quite a bit. So here's to you on your birthday. Happy birthday. What do you say? Cal, what do you say?
Protect glasses.
What else were you going to tell them? For everything.
Cheers.
Cheers to Father.
That's the thing they put on the table.
There's a couple places I remember I looked at right over me.
Alright guys, this is the kids one.
Hear a lot of that.
Which way are you going?
People that
I take a hint. I can take a hint, Kayla. Freeze! Good.
Find out Monday.
Never did it this way, huh? To make you nervous to have to eat and be on camera?
How about Monday in here from last week? Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Brian. Look.
Yeah, there's a big.
Did you really take a drink? Oh, you're a pretty good actor. Lindsay. Amber or Shannon.
Can you go?
That's okay.
Hi, I keep running over to the camera because I'm so
Because she's such a ham, right?
Yeah, if you look what Patty made.
Wow. I'm trying to get everybody on.
Yeah, even me.
Even you. Shauna. Thank you. Hi, Kayla. Can you smile? Hey, you.
Look, here, Hannah, we got a cake here. Ready? Okay, ready? Oh,
Sherbert. Ice cream on your cracker.
What are we here for?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you.
And then go up there. Okay.
Dress for the occasion.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure.
Another one.
I can't.
Okay, Brooke and I wrote this little ditty this week over the phone, and, well, I'll let you explain the rest. Well, Missy called me and said that she thought maybe we could do a little skit. And the only thing I could come up with is when we did True Blue when we were in junior high, and I didn't think that was appropriate. So we decided that we wouldn't have any part of this except her writing it, and then these guys to take over. So I'll let them take it over. Yeah.
B is for patriarch. Who else is better to lead the family?
A is for ageless. We all wish we had as much energy as you.
G stands for grandparents' heroes, for only a hero is stronger than a bear trap, and only a hero is brave enough to face the evil witch of the woods. And only a hero knows, no, only a superhero knows where the copper world is.
And for X and brave, player, critic, legend, fan. R stands for roll your boat, or canoe, or whatever it takes you to get out of the woods.
Yeah.
Clutch it up again, he's clutching.
Do it again.
G is for escort. If you don't get 200,000 miles out of an escort, you're not driving it right. I hope to get the same mileage out of the tempo.
R is for rich. Grandpa, you are rich in every sense of the word.
I have something.
Kurt could be here tonight. He said that he really, really wishes that he could, but it was kind of a long distance. And he wrote to me, and he said that he wanted you to know this. He says, Pa, sorry I couldn't be there tonight. I really wanted to, but as it turns out, I had to go and wrestle somewhere in Nebraska. I've been trying to think of just the right story or memory to share about you on your birthday, but there are just so many that it is really hard. But I finally came up with something that sums up everything I ever wanted to say very nicely. Happy birthday to you, Pa, the greatest man I've ever known. Love, Kurt.
Okay, I'd like to say some things. Missy can turn off the camera though. Okay, I spent a lot of time this week trying to, just remembering my childhood and thinking of what I wanted to say tonight. Growing up, I always thought we were the perfect family, kind of like the TV families, only better. We're better than the Waltons and the Brady Bunch, and we were better than the Partridge Family, even though we couldn't sing. We didn't do too bad on Happy Birthday. Probably have a little of the Munsters thrown in, and maybe a little of the Addams Family. But we were better than my 3 sons, because we had an adopted son too, and we had 6 sons. And so Joe was part of our family as long as my memory goes back. I don't remember family before Joe. He gave us all nicknames. And thank God he's the only one that occasionally uses the one he gave me. I can't say I'm sad that the name Spud didn't stay with me. And then Garrett was always my great, big, beautiful brother. And I was, still is my great, big, beautiful brother. Growing up, when Gary would go out, I'd like to stay up and read at night, and I could never go to sleep at night till Gary got home from his dates or whatever, so he could tell me good night. Sometimes that got pretty late. And then there was Don. Don's the one in the family that no matter what's going on, he's the one that's going to come to the rescue when any of us need help. I was 22 when I broke my leg, and I called home and told Mom and Dad my leg was in a cast, and within 3 minutes the phone was ringing, and Don wanted to know if he could come to Marshfield and get me. Bring me home to be taken care of. Then Marna, she was the only other girl in the family. We went on every date her and Neil ever had. That's the way it was supposed to be. We didn't know Jim and Pat, I can't remember together. Although I do remember in 3rd grade, Jim gave me a wooden high chair for one of my dolls, and I still remember it as one of my very favorite gifts of childhood. And one day in 2nd grade, I got a new hat with all kinds of white sparkles on it, and I was really proud of it. And I wore it to school, and Vicky Billiard and Rodney Appleby started teasing me. And Pat pulled him aside and said something, and I still don't know what he said, but they never teased me, never again. And I remember later that year, it was about that year, 2nd or 3rd grade, I had to be in 2nd because Rick wasn't with us. It was a really cold day, and Jim and Pat and I had to walk to school together. And one day it was really cold, and they were going to run, but they knew I couldn't run to keep up with them, so they were running backwards so they could talk to me, protect me from the wind, and that way they could tell I wasn't too far behind. They were taking care of me. But all Mom saw was them running backwards and me chasing them, and they got chewed out for teasing him from school. And Rick's probably the one I spent most of my time with growing up, because we were closest in age, and most of my high school adventures are probably misadventures Rick shared on him. And I probably shouldn't repeat any of those, because some things Mom and Dad should never find out.
Or as kids who think they can kiss somebody married.
Yeah. Or my kids should know some things like that. I still remember when Dave was born, and Mom was showing me how if you put your finger in his hand, he'd grab it. And I thought he was pretty cute. But then when he got cuter and started talking and everything, then I didn't like him at all because I thought he was spoiled. It really made me mad because he got all the attention and all the good stuff. But I guess he turned out okay, which brings me to Mom and Dad. I have 2 sons, and trying to work full-time and raise them just about does me in, so I don't know how Mom managed with all 8 of us. I still remember one time I was in high school using my curling iron in the bathroom, and Mom came in and warned me about electricity and water. And I thought that was really silly. But you know, how stupid was I? But now when I catch myself warning my sons about things, I realize that, and they look at me like I don't know what's going on. I realize how much Mom really did for us. And then there was Dad, and I was telling some of the kids today, the grandchildren think they invented rides. That was family pastime long before they ever existed. And we knew where the witch lived. That's been family entertainment for a long time. When Mom and Dad used to go out, first of all, Dave was too little, so he didn't get to share, but they'd always bring home one candy bar. It was a candy bar called 7-Up, because it broke into 7 pieces, and every piece was a different flavor. Even when I got the jelly, I needed the jelly. And then when Jerry went off to college, we still only each got 1 piece, because by then Dave was old enough to share, and he got a piece. I think Pat liked the jelly, nobody else. Anyway, we have a lot to be thankful for. And when I was thinking about my childhood this past week, I realized how lucky I was to have everybody. And then I guess I wanted to thank everybody, because you can't be a family and you can't maintain a relationship and maintain a family like we do without help from everybody. So I think we all have to thank ourselves for what we give ourselves every day. And then lastly, I'd like to thank both Mom and Dad. I know we're here to celebrate Dad's 80th birthday, but more than that, we're celebrating his life. And he built a financial empire, but more than that, he built a family. And I'd like to thank Mom and Dad, not for the material things they gave us, although there's been a lot of that, but more for the intangible things. You know, my set of values, a stable background, and the emotional support. Thanks, guys.
And by the way, that check's not gonna clear, man.
I got mine down.
Oh, well, you were driving, huh?
I have 36 lessons I've learned these past 36 years. Some are things that Dad's told me, some are things I've learned through his actions, some are more important than others, but things that at some point I've used. Number 1, don't fight the bear trap. It's useless. Sometimes might does make right, because a left jab is a good way to settle an argument. 1 bullet should equal 1 dead deer. Deer will cross where the fence is lowest. Shoot the big bucks before the violators do. About every 10 steps, stop, check your compass, and look for deer. Always believe it's your compass. It's right, you're wrong. Partridge come out on the road after a rain, and you can get close to them in a car. If there are two partridge in a tree, shoot the one that's the highest first, and the other won't fly away. Number 10. That damn north wind is cold no matter which direction it comes from. Big snow, little snow. Little snow, big snow. Think about that. Work hard and work every day. No one can do the job as good as you can do it yourself. You don't need to go to the doctor. Tough it out. Just don't let yourself cough and you won't need to. Canoes are dangerous. Play to win. Keep your eye on the ball. It's easier to run in after a fly ball than it is to run back. It can be fun to tease people a little. Number 20. Keep your hair short. Be generous. Don't waste food. Eat everything on your plate. The best meal at the Richland Center auction is the cheese and crackers in the vending machine. A hamburger at home is just as filling as a steak at the Ojibwa Club. Get a good deal on everything, especially shoes and coats. Everything costs way too much. Except for the cars at Gerber Brothers. Go for Sunday morning and evening rides in the country. 28. A front-wheel drive Escort can go anywhere a four-wheel drive pickup can go. The only quality a car needs is to be a good runner, and if you can sleep in it, then it's bonus. It's okay that the gas gauge says you're on empty. You probably have enough gas to make it. If you push a junk car or old tires over a hill, they will eventually disappear. Fish don't bite when the wind is out of the northwest. When trout fishing, when you get a bite, count to 10 slow, and then give it a jerk. Keep your feet dry and they will stay warm. Save your money and provide for your family.
I'm not very well prepared. I wrote down too. Dave can get away with it, I can. Well, this is a tough job when he'll ask us to do that because I don't know if I'm worthy enough to give Dad the praise that he does deserve. So all that I've accomplished and done have been made possible because of Dad and Mom. Dad's always been my hero, and tonight I see the cake and some of the things that it symbolized is what he was a hero to me. For one was a soldier, a boxer. I always thought Dad was the greatest boxer around, better than Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Robinson, anybody. I remember him and Fritz getting in an argument about a year ago, and Fritz Gerber, Dad's brother, was saying that Dad knocked everybody out in the first round, and Dad said, no, he knew a couple guys that made it to the second round. Fritz said, no, I know nobody made it to the second round. But that was the argument. But they're a baseball player. I think Dad's the best baseball player I ever saw. when they used to keep averages in the lake, he used to get 600 or better, and won some trophy for that. I think all of us believe he's the best deer hunter we know, and we all try to hunt the way he did. And I think whenever we shoot a deer or something, the first one we want to know about is his dad. Tell him that we've accomplished that too. And of course, I think we all know he's the best business person, and he's passed all those business skills down to us. And I think Dad is community. Dad hasn't been on Main Street for the past 50 plus years. It's hard telling where excellent would be. I think Dad has made excellent. And his modesty, and I mean about that, Dad could live well above the means that he does, but he enjoys driving the old escorts and hunting with Oxfords and just a pair of rubber boots over them. That's the way Dad would like to do it. And that isn't phony. He genuinely likes to do it that way. He's also been a perfect grandpa for my three children. I know Kurt, when he wrestled for his dad. And Amber, in the bedroom, her favorite picture is the one when she was a trout queen with her and Pop. And I know Shannon, when she plays volleyball and basketball, she plays for Grandpa also. I think something I run into over the years was so many times, and just recently a guy from Ladysmith said he had bought cars from Dad many years ago, but I don't know how many times I've heard this in my life that they'd say, your dad is a special person. And they said, I mean it, he's a very special person. And after you get told that over and over and over, it must be true. He's got to be a very special person. And lastly, I want to talk about a family bond, a common bond that we all had. Wiffle ball. We did. We all liked wiffle ball, and it was something that brought our family close. When we moved from Main Street down to by the feed mill, Gary built the ball field there, and I remember him designing it. And all the grandchildren could have seen the games that we had there. We played so much wiffle ball that there was base paths. It was worn out. And we played triple headers that night. And every kid in the neighborhood showed up. And Gary and Don were probably the two best players. And Marna was a pitcher. She was known as Big Mern back then. Great pitcher. We all liked her because she threw it underhand and put it right about there. Just as far as you wanted to. And Pat at that time was the youngest, and he also was a pitcher. But that wiffle ball was a great game. Gary made it close enough so if you batted left-handed, you could get the ball up on top of the garage roof. And I think it followed kind of modest way of living that Dad did, the wiffle ball field. Our home run fence was some twine stuck on some little steel posts that we stole from the feed mill or something. So one of us would have ever landed on it, would have went right through it. It was like a little spear. And we stole the line from the line pile and then just put it in a little carton or bottle or something and lined the field. And Tiger was down on the left field line. He hit a ball down there, he'd grab the wiffle ball and then run into his doghouse. He'd get 3 or 4 a game, but we always had fun. We had church pews for benches. And, but it was a great thing. In the later years, then, after Gary was growing up and stuff, and Don, then they moved our gas tank away from the house and back into the field. So then I designed it, we pushed the field back a little bit. And then eventually Halo became the pitcher, and Big Mern moved on. And after that, after Pat and I were going away, then Rick took over the ball field, and him and Dave were playing. And Rick had the first night ball games that were ever played in Excellent. Put up some big lamps and stuff. And I remember the first time I played a night team there, I slid across the wet grass and run into one of the extension cords and damn near got electrocuted. But my favorite part of the game that I remember, and all the great times we had and the great games we played though, was during the night, looking up into at the house, and there in the kitchen window, Dad was always watching us. And if there was close play or something, we all looked up. There would be a dozen kids there, all look up at the window at the same time, see what the ball was. There would be Dad like that, or like this. And nobody ever argued. You know, oh man, they wouldn't argue because even us back then and the kids all had respect for Dad. But I think that symbolizes too what Dad's been all about. I think just like that football, watching his family out that window, I think throughout all of our lives, he's still looking out that window and watching over us and proud of things that we've accomplished in the families that we have. I think Dad will always be there and watch us, and I sure appreciate it. So, have a great